Hey, good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. Hey, today I want to talk today about layoffs. And I want to talk to you about why it's so important to 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 do for self. I'm going to pull up an article from Yahoo Finance, and it's going to actually go over, what's going on with the tech layoffs and layoffs in general. So let's get into the article, and then I'll come back and I'll discuss why it's so important to do for self.
And as layoffs continue to rise in the tech industry, stock prices for the sector's giants are following suit. And as we await earnings from the likes of Microsoft, Meta, and Amazon this week, could slashing employee headcount be the driver to a strong year for tech? We wrote about this in our morning brief today. And for more, we welcome in Neha Nike, Recruit Guyan founder and CEO. Thank you for being here. Where do you think we are in the layoff cycle? That would be sort of my first thought here as we go into this week of earnings.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely not done yet. I definitely think there's more to come. And it's primarily because not just recession, right? But there was also overstaffing during the time of pandemic. As tech companies were innovating, as more people like myself were forced to stay home. And there was all these innovative products and technologies. And basically, that was a huge rise in employees at tech companies. And now, unfortunately, there's overstaffing. So tech companies are getting rid of all the people that they've overstaffed in the last 2 years. And obviously, with the upcoming recession, tech companies have a couple of choices. The first is to increase their prices. The second is to sell more services. Or the third is to lay off employees so that they can still maintain their profit margins.
And so when we think about how they're going to, and even past these layoffs, how they're going to really be prioritizing certain parts of their business, what have we learned from the layoffs about where they still are either prioritizing where profits are coming in from, or even on the other end, slashing some of the categories that were more kind of big bets? And I'm thinking about even the metaverse headcount that had been added on at some of these tech companies. And now those ambitions, at least in the near term, have been put on ice largely.
Definitely. I definitely think that, profits are huge, right? Especially if you are wanting to look attractive to investors, current or future investors, and also people that are, equity holders in your tech business, right? Whether you're, again, pre-IPO, post-IPO, whatever that situation looks like. But also the other thing is here, with the upcoming recession, there's definitely that mentality of taking less of a risk, right? People don't want to take as many risks. Founders and co-founders are hedging their bets, so to speak, like you said, just to make sure they're maintaining the risk that they're willing to take. And also there's this culture of, okay, well, they're doing it, should we do it too? And I see that a lot with my clients where, well, I hear people in our industry within the tech realm are doing this, so we want to lay off companies too. So there's a lot of this, culture of, let's stay on trend. Let's do what other tech companies are doing so that we are saving face and gearing up for hopefully a profitable year, in the next 6 months to 9 months.
Okay. So as you can see, the tech industry, not only are they laying off hundreds of thousands of people, they're laying off because their investors are unhappy. So when you have people investing money into these major tech companies and they're not getting dividends, guess what? The company has to lay people off in order to meet their margins to pay their investor. So now you're working as a tool or a means of leverage for these major companies. And when they decide that you're no longer needed, they lay you off just to capitalize on the money that was spent to pay their investors. So Disney is preparing to lay off 7,000 people in the coming days. 7,000 people. They're going to lay off 7,000 people in order to meet a $5 billion dividend that's going to be paid to their investors. Now, what does that mean for you? You may not be working for these companies, but if you see the trend and you heard her saying the upcoming recession, well, we've been living in a recession for the past 2 years, but they're predicting that it's going to get worse. It's so important that you start doing for self because you don't want to be the one that says, hey, your boss come to you and say, hey, we're going to be laying off and you're one of the ones that we're going to have to lay off. In today's society, you don't want to have just one income stream. You don't want to just be working a job, because you will not survive when this recession hits harder than it's already hitting. So it's important to do for self. That's why we started Jan Pro. We started Jan Pro because we didn't want to be a bargaining chip for a company. We didn't want to be the collateral for a company to say, hey, you're just another line item. We need to delete this line item, and the number falls on you. We didn't want that. We wanted to buy back our time. We wanted to stop trading our time for money. So we decided to bet on ourselves. Me and my wife, we knew he wasn't going to fire us, So it's important. It's important that you create a business of your own. It does not have to be Jan Pro. That was just the tool or the vehicle that we use to get out of the rat race. Let me say that again. You don't have to use Jan Pro as your vehicle to get out of the rat race, but you have to choose a vehicle to get out of the rat race, because it's only going to get worse. The job market is not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. You don't want to be the casualty. Like I said, I've been preaching. I don't know any business that you can start for $2,500 that will give you the upper mobility to grow it to 6 figures or better. I don't know any business that you can start for $2,500 that gives you the upper mobility to grow it to 6 figures or better. This is the opportunity that Jan Pro has provided me and my wife, and it has provided hundreds of other people that we know that type of lifestyle. Now, once we have Jan Pro and we run in Jan Pro, then we become the investor. We began to move our money out of Jan Pro, because remember, we want multiple income streams. We began to move our money out of Jan Pro and move it into real estate to where it produces cash flow for us, or move it into cryptocurrency or stocks that produces cash flow for us. The money cannot stay stagnant. It has to keep growing. If it stays stagnant, you're going to lose it. Let me say this again. You can put $50,000 in your bank account today and just keep it still, and turn around in 30 days, you have less money in there, because money is being meant to be invested and moved, and it's not meant to just store. So we got to come out of the way of the thinking, the mindset of, hey, I just want to work to save money. No, you want to work to invest money and let the investments pay you, versus work to store up money. So, hey, I just wanted to stop by and talk to you guys about the importance of creating leverage and not being leveraged. Let me say that again. Find some kind of way to create leverage so you don't have to become someone's leverage. Everybody's either being leveraged or they're the person that is leveraging others. So I just wanted to put that on your mind. I wanted to put that, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But guys, take this thing serious. It's only going to get worse, and I want everybody to win. You can reach out to me anytime. I'm always answering all of my emails. So don't allow this thing to put you in a position to where you're the one that's being laid off. And until the next video, I'll talk to you soon.